Good morning, church. Hope and pray you guys are having a fantastic day. It is Friday. It's Friday, the 19th of March, 2021. Come and have a coffee with me. This is Bible on the Bean. It is so good to be hanging out with you guys today. Make sure you say good day as you stick your head in. We have our quiz today. It's Gift Friday, and we're going to have a bit of fun. So Tina's in the house. Good morning, Tina. Hope and pray you're well and having a fantastic day. I don't get the frog out of my throat for Friday. I've got to get the frog out of my throat for Friday. It helps if I get those words right, doesn't it? And some good coffee. Jeffy's in the house. Good morning, Jeff. Hope and pray you're well, my friend. So today, we want to, obviously, Gift Friday, and it is the quiz, and the theme for today is, are you too busy to listen and learn? I suppose that's the question for the day. I got my 3 points for that. My 3 points for that. Are you too busy to listen and learn? We're going to read a proverb. I love a good proverb. And today, before we do that, let's do the weather. So, coming from the sunny back blocks of Melbourne, down by the bay, it is a partly cloudy one today. Sorry, mostly sunny one today. What am I doing? I'm making up my own story, making up my own weather here. I don't know. That's what the Bureau does, isn't it? It just makes it up. It's Melbourne, 4 seasons in a day. It's going to rain today. It's going to be dry today. It's going to be sunny today. Anyway, so sunny today. Currently 14 degrees with a maximum of 26 degrees. Sunrise this morning was at 7:22 a.m. and sunset today is at 7:33 p.m. as we inch closer to the end of daylight savings. So yeah. Anyway, let's jump into the word for the day, the word of encouragement for the day, the verse for the day. So I want to read to you today from Proverbs 10 verse 8 from the Passion Translation, from the PT version, and it says, "The heart of the wise will easily accept. E's and A's are different. Accept will easily accept instruction, but those who do all the talking are too busy to listen and learn. You'll just keep stumbling ahead into the mess they created." They will just keep stumbling ahead into the mess they created. So I've got my 3 points for you today. Really simple today. Really simple, nice and easy, hopefully. So my first point is this: listening. Okay, are you too busy to listen? Are you too busy to listen? I think listening is one of the best skills that we can learn in life. It's one of the things that we need to do the most. Like, if you think about the structure of your head, like, it's not hard. Like, most people, nearly everyone that I know, like 100% of people that I know have 2 ears. Okay, most of the time they function fairly well, but they have 2 ears, they have 1 mouth. So we've got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Sometimes I think we actually need to use them in that order, whereas often we use the mouth more than we actually listen. So listening, I think, is the skill we need to learn the most. And particularly when you're with someone, I think sometimes we can sit down to have a conversation with someone, but we only listen enough so that we can find the break where we put our idea in or where we share our thought, and we don't actually take the time to listen to what is happening to them. We don't take the time to listen to what's happening to the world around us. We don't take the time to sit and observe. And we don't take the time to sit and listen to God. We don't take the time to sit and listen to say, "Hey, God, what are you actually saying to me?" And I think that learning the art of listening and slowing down and coming to a place where you go, "You know what? I'm not too busy to listen. I'm not too busy to listen." And you take the time to listen. You listen to your friends. You listen to the conversation. You listen to what's happening in the world around you. And you begin to take that in. I think that art of listening is such an important thing that we need to do. And it's an art that you can only learn through practicing. You have to be consciously aware of it, and you have to actually practice it. As someone who's worked in the youth work, in the social welfare sector for many years, it's a skill that I've had to learn in the environment that I work in, because often people will share little nuances about their life, and there'll be like micro snippets. But if you're not listening, you don't get that picture, or that you don't see that area or that opening that can actually begin a conversation that will bring change to or healing to that person's life. So you've got to be listening, and you've got to teach yourself to listen. You've got to learn to listen. We've got to learn to listen. And if we want to listen to God, the voice of God, we've got to learn to listen to the voice of God. My wife, I can be in a crowded room and I can hear my wife talk to me. I don't have children, but I imagine it would be the same with the children. But I can hear my wife's voice in a crowded room because I know her voice. I've tuned it. Okay, my ear is tuned to her voice. Even when I'm like sitting in front of the television and I'm half switched off because I'm watching the television and that, I can hear her voice. Okay, I hear it when she goes, Doug, I need you, or Doug, can you do this? Or Doug, can you do the dishes? I normally switch off on that one. But if she wants me to do something, I hear her voice. And it's the same. We can tune our voice to the voice of God. We can tune our voice to what other people say. If you've got children, you can tune your voice to what your children are. And in a pack of screaming kids, you will know whether your kid is screaming with joy or in pain because of the tone of their voice, because you know their voice. So tune your ear. Tune your ear. My second one is learn. Are you too busy to learn? Are you too busy to learn? That's my question. Are you too busy to learn? I think learning is something that we need to do intentionally. You will learn lessons in life unintentionally, but I think you only really learn them when you pay attention to what has just happened. Does that make sense? So we have to be intentional learners. I think when I go to university and when I've been to university or when I've been to TAFE or when I've gone to courses at that work have put me through, or I've put my hand up and said, I want to go to this course, or I want to learn this, or I want to do that, or I've turned on YouTube and I've gone to YouTube University and tried to teach myself something. It's only when I pay attention and I'm intentional about that learning that I actually take the information in, that I actually receive what is there. I receive instruction. I receive and listen to that. And then not only is it taking the learning and the input, so I'm listening, I'm taking in that input, it's then how do I apply that to my life? How do I then apply that to a situation? So in this last week, one of the projects that I've been doing in my workplace is we've started a storytelling project. So I've been recording, or my colleague has actually been recording interviews with young people, and I've been the one doing the editing so far. So I'm actually I've got a program which I've known about. I've kind of looked at in the past, but never really played with. So this week I actually had to sit down and go through and watch. I watched like half an hour of YouTube videos on this program, got a basic idea and understanding of it. And I go, okay, so this program works like this. It's similar to what I've used over here. So now it's there. So then I opened up the program the other day. I turned it on. I recorded a small segment, and then I just played with it for a little bit just to get a feel of what it was like and how that worked. And then I imported a section of raw audio in, and then I began to edit audio down using the skills that I'd learned in other stuff, and also what I'd learned from listening to this and practicing it. Now, I don't have it down pat, okay? It took me an hour and a half to do a 3-minute section of audio. Now, that's because the audio was messy and there's a whole lot of stuff and you had to really listen on stuff, and then I had to learn how to do stuff. But it's a process. Learning is a process. And when you learn something, you've then got to put it into practice. I can quite confidently now open up that program and do some audio editing. I'm happy now that I can do that. But the more I do it is the faster I'm going to get, the faster and the easier it's going to become for me. And the better the more consistently I do it, I'm going to be able to teach others how to do that, okay, because I get an understanding. So I think learning is something that we do intentionally. Sometimes you'll learn stuff incidentally, but it's only when you pay attention to the learning that you actually take something away from it. Okay, so are you too busy to listen, and are you too busy to learn? I think if we want to move forward in life, if we want to move forward in our faith, we need to be intentional. One, are we listening to God? Okay, are we listening to what's happening around us? Are we listening to what other people are saying? Are we listening to what we're saying about ourselves? Are we being intentional in learning about processes, about things that we're interested in? Are we intentional about learning how to draw closer to God? Are we intentional about learning the Word of God? Are we taking time out of our day to be intentional and put processes and practices in our place to learn. You know, your brain is designed to learn. Your brain will always be learning. You can teach it new habits. You can teach it new things. You know, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You can teach an old dog new tricks. I got an old dog, and I can still teach her. It's a lot harder to teach her because she's slow these days, but I can teach her new tricks. But I want to encourage you that as us, we are designed to continue to grow. We are designed to continue to our brain is designed to continue to grow and learn new things. So I want to encourage you in that. Take time out of your life to be learning every single day. And are you too busy to listen? Are you too busy to learn? And my third point is this, I suppose my third point is this, is take it one step at a time. Take it one step at a time. I think as we move forward in life, I think we just need to take time to move forward. Okay? Don't rush forward into things. Don't run like a bull at a gate. Don't be over the top, but just take one step at a time. Take one step at a time. Okay, take some time to smell the roses, okay? Or in my case, take some time to smell the coffee. Enjoy the process of learning. Enjoy the process of listening. Don't rush ahead. When we rush ahead of things, we start to make a mess of life. We start to make a mess in circumstances. We start to stumble and fall. You know, we start to stuff things up. But if you can slow down and you can take a moment and you can enjoy where you are now, you can recognize what's happening in the world around you, but you can also begin to go, okay, God, what are we doing to take the next step? What are we doing to move forward? What is it? Have a plan in that. Commit that to God, okay? You might have, okay, let me pause for a second there. Often I think we don't do things because we're looking for a green light. We don't do things because we're looking for a green light. I think what we should do is we should say, okay, God, this is the intention of my heart. This is what I bring before you today. This is the path I'm going to take. And if we're listening to God and we're learning his voice and we're learning what he's called us to do, and we're beginning to put that in practice, I think we move forward with assuming that we have a green light until we get a red light. Often we sit on the red light waiting for the green to move forward, but I actually think we need to flip it around. I think if we're going to move forward, if we're going to serve the Lord, if we're going to live for him, then I think we actually need to take the step forward. Okay, we assume that you have a green light to move forward until God says otherwise. If you've got a desire to do a course in macrame, okay, you want to have a master's degree in macrame. Macrame is not tying, I think, isn't it? Okay, you want to have a master's. You want to be a master, a world master in macrame. Okay, whatever. If you want to do that, start taking steps towards that until you feel God says, "Hey, you know what, Doug? Macrame is not your thing. This is not where I want you to be, but I want you to take the skills that you've learned in this, and then we're going to move you into this direction." So take steps forward, but take them one step at a time. Enjoy the process. Smell the coffee. Slow down. Don't be too busy to rush ahead of yourself and make mistakes. Don't be too busy to do things that are going to cause more grief for yourself or for other people. So slow down, smell the coffee, enjoy the process. Keep moving forward and commit your plans to Jesus, okay? Commit your plans to Jesus and move forward to him. So are you too busy to listen? Are you too busy to learn? Are you too busy to smell the coffee? Are you too busy to smell the roses? Slow down, take some time, enjoy the process, enjoy your time with God, and keep moving forward. Anyway, that's my thoughts for today. I hope that helps you. I hope that encourages you. Let me pray for you, and then we're going to do the quiz. So, Lord, I thank you for what you're doing in our hearts and our lives. And God, I thank you that today you would help us just to slow down, to take the time to listen, to learn, to not be too busy in life, but to smell the roses, God, to enjoy the process. Lord, I thank you that we would shift our thinking and we would see the green light, and then we would continue to move forward until you tell us otherwise. Lord, I thank you that you would help us to become the men and women of God you're calling us to be, and you would unfold the purposes and the plans that you have for our life in Jesus' precious name. Amen and amen. Anyway, let me come back in, say good day to you guys, and and get to the quiz. And it looks like we got a spammer in the house. So always love a good spammer. As long as they're positive. That's the negative ones that. Anyway, Tina's in the house, Jeff's in the house, Abby's in the house. Good morning, Abby. Kaz is in the house. Good morning, Kaz. Linda's in the house. Good morning, Linda, and happy Friday. Joel's is in the house. Colin's in the house. Where are we? Spammer's in the house, or Spammer's maybe gone. Where are we? Jeff's got a spammer has arrived. Jan's in the house. Good morning, Jan. Hope life in sunny Queensland is treating you well. Ian's in the house, and who else is there? Where are we? They're all good. Everyone's saying g'day. Ready for the quiz? Okay, Friday quiz. Fast Five. Here it is. So if you haven't played the Fast Five, this is what we do. Drop your comments. Drop your answers in the comments. Honesty system. At the end of it, we tally it up. The highest scores get a crown. The lowest scores get a toothbrush and a bit of encouragement in between. Let's have a bit of fun. Drink some coffee. Have a quiz. And I have my
yes, no,
and my yes and no button today.
no.
There you go. So I'll give you my yes and my no if I get it right or wrong. Just a bit of fun. All right, let me get the quiz out. Okay, so question number 1 of the Fast Five. Drop your comments below. Is the daily quiz? Is where are we? So a team from which country won the America's Cup this week? A team from which country won the America's Cup this week? Was it A, Italy, B, New Zealand, C, UK, or D, USA? Was it A, Italy, B, New Zealand, C, UK, or D, USA? Was it from the US? So do you guys remember the first time you guys watched the Melbourne Cup? Not the Melbourne, the Melbourne Cup. Do you remember when you watched the Melbourne Cup? No. Do you remember the America's Cup back in the 80s? I was only a kid. I remember the America's Cup back in the 80s. I remember the old boxing kangaroo and Bondi and all the celebrations that went on. Some of you might have even been young enough to go and party in the West when it all happened. So, America's Cup, the yacht race of the rich and poor. So A, B, C, or D. Was it Italy, New Zealand, UK, or the US of A? Where have we got? We got some NZs. We've got some NZs. We've got some. I'm going to go NZ as well. NZ have been smashing the America's Cup for the last few years, and I think Italy also did. Weren't they going to do the America's Cup in Geneva on one of the lakes or something in there at one point? But it was New Zealand. It was the NZ.
Yes.
Okay, question number 2 of the Fast Five is how many seats did the Liberal Party win in the Western Australian election? How smashed was this? How smashed? Oh. Okay, how many seats did the Liberal Party win in the Western Australian election? Was it 2, 4, 6, or 8? 2, 4, 6, or 8? How many seats did they win in the Western Australian election? Was it 2, 4, 6, or 8? Now you've got to remember that this covers the upper house and the lower house. In the lower house, I know they got smashed. The upper house, I know they got smashed too. But how many seats did they end up holding in WA? And you can't count in WA. The Liberal and the Nationals aren't. They're aligned, but they're not in coalition together. So, how many seats did the Liberal Party win in the West Australian election on the weekend? Was it A 2, B 4, C 6, or D 8? So we got some A's, some B's, some B's, some A's in there. So I know they got 2. I know they got at least 2 in the lower house. I don't know what they got in the upper house, but so I'm going to say 4. And 2 was correct. 2 was correct. Jeffy?
For the last time, no.
You and I got it wrong, Jeffy. Where are we? Who coordinated the Women's Day March for Justice rallies on Monday? Who coordinated the Women's Justice March rallies on Monday? Was it Janine Headley, Brittany Higgins, Grace Tame, or Lisa Wilkinson? Was it Janie Henbury, Brittany Higgins, Grace Tame, or Lisa Wilkinson? A, B, C, or D? Who did the Women's March on Monday? Who organised it? Who coordinated it? Oh, it is a was that International Women's Day International Women's Day was last week. Multicultural. So celebrating Diversity Week is this week. So got a big picnic in the park. We're organising for work. It's been interesting looking at the Victorian government regulations. I don't know what it's like where you guys are. Every state's different. You've got to put in the form to do the activity, and if it's under a certain amount of people, then it's not going to be an issue. But you still got to do the form to do the activity so that you get permission to do the activity. But we can have 75,000 people at the MCG. I don't get it. But you can only have 100 friends in the park. I don't know. If you've got 100 friends to have in the park, that's all right. But you can only have, 30 in your home? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, where are we? So I have no idea who this one is. I'm going to guess A on this one. And A was correct.
100% yes.
A was correct. I can't tell you her name. It's gone. Henley was her name. Question number 4 of the Fast Five is what was, let me do that again. What was Australia's unemployment rate for February 2021, according to the ABS? What was Australia's unemployment rate? Was it 5.2%, 5.5%, 5.8%, or 6.1%? A, B, C, or D? What was the Australian unemployment rate for 2020, for February 2020, February 2021? 5.2, 5.5, 5.8, or 6.1? A, B, C, or D? Which one was it? And will JobKeeper affect you? That's what I'm interested in. JobKeeper finishes in, what is it, 10 days from now, JobKeeper finishes. What do you reckon is going to be the impact of that? I've heard things we know they're going to be layoffs. We know some people are going to become unemployed. But at the same time, currently the Australian employment market, assuming borders stay open, is as hot as it was before we went into coronavirus. So I'm interested to see how that plays out as a citizen. But, tell me, does the JobKeeper, is it going to affect a huge effect? I don't know what it was. I know 6.6% is generally where we end up, but I'm going to guess 5.8 today. 5.8 is correct. 5.8. C was the correct answer on that one. Question number 5 of the Fast Five. I should have done that.
Yes.
Okay, question number 5 of the Fast Five is which single was named Song of the Year at the 63rd Annual Grammy Awards? Which single was named the Song of the Year at the 63rd Annual Grammy Awards? Was it Beyonce's Black Paradise, Taylor Swift's Cardigan, Billy Einstein's Everything I Wanted, or hers I Can't Breathe? Was it A, B, C, or D? Was it Beyonce? Was it Taylor Swift? Was it Billie Eilish's, or was it hers? Whose song was it? A, B, C, or D? I have no idea. I know Beyonce got another award, so I'm going to guess Beyonce. I'm going to guess A, not to taint you guys that are out there. I didn't watch the awards. It's not my thing. But A, B, C, or D? What did you guess? What's your news? Oh, okay. So I'm going to go for A. And it was D, hers. I Can't Breathe was the one. So I got, first of all, I got that one wrong, but I got 3 out of 5. I got 3 out of 5. What did you get? Drop your score in below. Let me know. What did you get? 3 out of 5. Did you beat me? So, let me say this. Last week, I think it was It wasn't until Sam came in that I had to give a toothbrush, because last week I couldn't give you guys, like, everyone scored really high last week. I couldn't give you, I couldn't give you a toothbrush last week. I couldn't do it. But Sam last week came in and saved the day. She took the toothbrush last week. So good on you, Sam, when you're watching in post. So I hope you get a crown this week. Hope you get a crown this week. So we've got Tina's got a 2 out of 5. Tina's edging for the toothbrush this week. Linda got a 3. Good on you, Linda. Ian got another 2. Jeff got another 2 out of 5 with a sad face. So, it looks like Linda might get the crown this week. It looks like 2 out of 5. I'm going to have to give a toothbrush to. I'm going to have to give it unless someone comes in with a 1. I'm going to have to give a toothbrush to. And Colin got it. Colin's in the house. Cole's got a 3. Good on you, mate. Good on you, mate. So Cole got a 3. So I'm gonna award the 3 to the crown. And anyone who plays in post, if you get higher than a 3, I'll give you a crown too. And sorry, beautiful people, but I'm going to give you guys for the 2 or below. I'm going to give you a toothbrush today. So yeah. Anyway, have fun. Hope you have a fantastic day. Make sure you're hanging out with your church family this Sunday, in person or online, or however that may be. So only 2 more Sundays live for Big Heart Church in Altona, in our current location, and then Easter Sunday we move to a 2:30 service and become part of the Equip family, and that is also Beck and I. That is our decommissioning service is Easter Sunday, where we pass the baton on and that as we prepare for that next stage of our life. So, but make sure you're hanging out with your church family this weekend. Hang out with us online if you want, but you're more than welcome to. Love for you to hang out with us online, but wherever you are, make sure you're hanging out with your church family, wherever they are. You guys are awesome. Love you. Love hanging out with you. Thanks for playing with me today. Thanks for playing the quiz with me today. I just heard myself then. I've got to listen. Listen and learn, Douglas. Listen and learn. Anyway, guys, be blessed, be encouraged, be inspired. I pray that God protects you, smiles on you, shows you favor, and gives you peace today. Love Jesus. Drink coffee and have a fantastic one. I'll see you guys next week. Monday, hopefully. All good. See you.